Okay, I was having some issues. Sorry, I'm like 4 minutes late. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing, Mama 12? Thanks for joining me. I was a little bit nervous. I pressed the live button like 3 times and it kept kicking me out, and then I had the wrong title. But okay, thankfully it's all okay. All right, we're gonna wait for a couple more people to show up to this live because this is gonna be a long one. All right, okay, we're starting to have people pop in. So everybody, where are you from? What time is it? So I'm Alysha. I'm from the Pittsburgh area of Pennsylvania in the United States, and it's around 2 o'clock. I'm 4 minutes late. I was supposed to be here at 2 o'clock, but luckily I'm here. Let's see. We have C. Sexton. She says, hey there, everybody. Hi from Prier from Les Rays. Let's see. Jackie Clark, you say you're joining me for the first time. Thank you for joining me here today. So, you're probably wondering why you're here. Well, today we're going to be talking about how to make real money with crochet. I know you've seen a lot of stuff online and you've been reading and you haven't got a specific details on exactly how to do this. So, like I said, it's going to be a long one today. So, if you're following along, make sure if you want to make money, grab a pencil and paper and as usual, some this is not coffee in here. If you guys are used to being here, this is not coffee, this is tea, not tea, it's wine. And plus, I don't have to worry about running and get some more. I put it on my bookshelf. So grab your yarn also and some wine and cheers, and we can have a little chit chat about everything that's going on. Okay, Wisconsin is 105. Hey, we have J Hook Crochet. You're always joining me. Thank you so much. She says, hey, Alysha, good evening. It's 10 o'clock here in Germany. Woo! Well, thank you for joining me. Always joining me from Germany. I appreciate it. Okay. We have somebody from Connecticut. You're in my time zone. It's 2 o'clock there too. All right. So we're going to talk about, if you guys, I usually would do Happy Mail, but my Happy Mail haven't started yet. Nobody really sends me any mail, but you can always Happy Mail me. All that information will be down in the description box below. And also, before we get into all this topic, you can always help support my channel by donating with Super Chat. Super Chat is a way you can help donate to any creators or influencers online while they're doing live stream. You'll see a little button. I'm always pointing the wrong direction. You'll see a little button with a little dollar sign to the side, and that's where you can donate through Super Chat. And also, if you have any questions with Super Chat, I'm able to catch your question when it pops up in the stream. And I have this little light set up. So if you donate, it'll go off in a disco light so I won't be missing anything. All right. Oh, and now I'm going to go into the latest Littlejohn Yarns news. I mentioned this last week that I got a little snippet published in the UK's Let's Knit magazine. I'm going to give you a look. Okay, I'm doing my technical thing again. I'm going to click down into the display. Let's see if I can get this to work. Uh-oh, there we go. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. There it is. I got my own little article, not article, little snippet published in the UK's Let's Knit magazine. I think this is my very second time published in the magazine, but the first time was just like my head and a little sentence about me. Now I think I got about 5 sentences about me. So if any guys, you want to go check it out, it's the February issue. So that was my new news with that. That was real exciting. You know, I had to print off a copy and send it to my mom, and I took pictures and sent it to all my family. Like, look, I made it in a magazine. I feel like not big time now, but I feel like I've accomplished something. It's something I'm very proud of. So cheers to that. Oh, J Hook Crochet said, ooh, look at you. Oh, hello from Georgia. Hey, how you doing? Prima Donna Williams says, congratulations. Thank you so much. I got another congratulations from Creatively Created Crochet. Thank you. Uh-oh. I always have my notes on my phone so I don't get lost going along. So we talked about that. So let's talk about making money. I'm going to tell you a short story. If you ever followed me before, you've heard this story. And if it's similar to you, give me a thumbs up. Before I got into being a crocheter online or blogger or YouTuber, before I was even doing custom orders, I was just crocheting for fun, making things for friends and family, and just giving away for free. for years I've heard like, hey, you should sell your item. You should sell this online. And eventually, about 4 or 5, I forget how many years ago, somebody said it for the very last time. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So at that time, Etsy was the big thing. I looked on Etsy and I was seeing like these crochet shawls and going for $100 and all this. I'm like, you know what? My work's pretty good. I'm going to start listing my stuff online to sell. So I was all gung ho. So I'm like, okay, I started crocheting up a storm and posting my stuff on Etsy. And you know what? I was looking at my analytics all the time. I'm like, what's no sales? Like a day went by, 2 day, weeks, months went by. And like my first year, I didn't have not a single sale. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I'm like, I see all these other people posting their items for so much. How are they getting this money? But I wasn't going into detail. Some of these people were posting their items for $100, and do not underprice yourself. I do agree with this, but I would also go to their site and realize they're not making sales. I would look at their little number up above in their Etsy and it'll say like 5 sales. So they were having as much trouble as I was selling online. So I'm like, there got to be a better way. So I realized after like researching what other people do online, I always look to my most, I always say emulate your gurus. So I was looking to my gurus. What were they doing? How can I emulate them to create an income that they're making? So one of the first people, because I emailed and Instagrammed and messaged like not hundreds, I should say dozens of bloggers. Not too many people get back to me, but one of the first people to get back to me, her name is Crochet by Carol Ann's daughter. She was from on Instagram. That's where I found her. And I asked her, I'm like, how are you making this income? What are you doing to be so successful? And her key thing, she told me she used Facebook groups to sell. She solely sold in her Facebook group. But that's another thing. But overall, what I'm trying to tell you, have something like a Facebook group. But after all this research, I realized I needed to be a marketer. I can't just expect Etsy to sell for me. I can't expect, there's how many other crocheters are there on Etsy right now? There's millions. You are a needle in a haystack. Nobody's going to find you. You have to somehow stand out. So I decided to take her advice and make my own platform. She was great on Instagram and she was great in crocheting in her own Facebook group. The benefit, okay, guys, this is the time you're going to take your pencil out. I'm going to go into detail about Facebook group. I'm not going to jump around. I'm just going to go into that because that's the topic I'm talking about. This works for people who create custom orders and people who crochet patterns. So this is going to be a blanketed topic. I'm going to kind of switch back and forth between people who sell custom order items and people who create crochet patterns because most of these kind of relate. I initially did the custom orders and I moved on to something I like more. But back to the crochet groups. When you create your own Facebook group, you have no competition. On Etsy, you're a needle in a haystack. Within your own Facebook group, you are the sole provider of the goods that people are looking for. So therefore, yes, your Facebook group starts off as small, but once you build it, by the time I gave my Facebook group away, I had 1,000 subscribers just for Littlejohn Yarns custom orders. I was on there so much. It was my own Etsy. People, my local area thought of me as their own little personal Etsy because I was always in that. And the way that I learned how to promote my Facebook group was within other Facebook groups. I'm not talking the Facebook groups where we share our patterns together. I'm talking about the flea market groups, the sales groups, not specifically the crafts groups, but just the flea market groups. Sign up for like 10 to 20 of those. What I did, I posted in each one of those groups 2 times a day. I know this sounds ridiculous if I signed up for like 10 to 20 groups and I posted in them like 2 times a day. That's a lot of posting. But it was like a form of commercials. How many times have you seen a McDonald's commercial in a day? Eventually, you might not think it's having no effect on you, but when you're driving past McDonald's, you're like, I want that. You know what? I was that person in the Facebook flea market groups. They might not have wanted to buy from me today, but they've seen me present every single day within these other selling groups. When they had to go to a baby shower, when they had to want something a hat crocheted for the next event, they instantly thought of me. They didn't want to go to somebody who was on Etsy because they didn't know them. They wanted to go to Littlejohn Yarns, that person they seen posting within these groups every day for the past couple months. And those people within those flea market groups, I enticed to come into my own Facebook group. Okay, here's another note. How to get these more people within your own Facebook group so you have your own little customer base. You create giveaways. I would make something simple like pot holders or hand warmers, something small, a quick hat, and I would give it away. But I would have rules and stipulations on how you can enter this giveaway. You can only enter this giveaway to receive this free hat if you invite 3 of your friends and share this post. They would invite their friends, and instantly I would begin to grow more and more and more. And my Facebook group, it was like having my own review site. Let's see, hold on. Oh man, everything's questions. Everybody must be listening closely. But having my own review site. So let's say you became a new member of the Littlejohn Yarn custom order site. And you're like, I'm still sketchy. I don't know if I want to shop with her. But this is a group. And the group is like your own little community. When I would sell somebody a crochet hat, they would post the picture of themselves modeling their hat within my Facebook group and share it with my 1,000 other members. Everybody who bought from me would eventually post pictures. It was my own review page. You can scroll for like years on all the things I've sold and all the happy customers. So, key, get yourself a Facebook group, and the same thing for pattern makers. I have my own Facebook group. I mean, I'm not saying they don't all just like love me and want to buy my patterns, because I give a lot of my patterns away for free. But I always have that customer base right there. They trust me. And when you have groups like this, don't just sell, sell, sell. You have to give a piece of your self away. It's a give and take relationship. Nobody wants to be spam. Offer them something. Like this is for the pattern sellers. A lot of you are like, why are you giving away your patterns for free? I do give away my patterns for free, but I have the option of having an ad-free version. I have the option, if you watch it on YouTube, I still have many options of making income. All right, what's the next thing I want to talk about? So you know about being a marketer. So you learned about making a group. So now we're going to talk about how specifically I should go into the questions before I hop into the next one. Here we go. Laura Shelton, how do you deal with people who come to see your items and ask for the pattern? Would you sell your pattern? If you're asking as a pattern seller, if they ask me for the pattern, yeah, I sell it to them. Or I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Let's say you came to me and asked for a pattern. I would send you the free route first. My free route it's free for you, but I get an income from it because I have a blog. A blog is another way you can make income. And I'm going to get into that in like 2 seconds, because that's a whole nother topic that you're going to have to pull out your pencil for. Okay, Carla Brown, I want to know how to start a Facebook group as well. If you have a Facebook page, it's easiest. All you have to go into your little, I think it's your profile. You can create a group. I'm not exactly sure how to do it, but there are tons of tutorials on YouTube. I know some of this stuff sounds very technical, but YouTube, you have to learn the technical aspects behind this. And don't be scared. YouTube will step you through everything. A couple years ago, I didn't know how to work any type of social media. I didn't know how to do blogging or start a Etsy or start my own webpage. But luckily with that, I learned how. Here we go. Freaky Geek. Georgie Kerr, you get a book stick your face. What's that? I don't know what that is. Face in it. You got Facebook. Jersey Curl, you get a Facebook. Stick your face in it and you got a Facebook. I guess that's a joke. All right, let's see. See, I always get sidetracked. This time, to help myself stop getting sidetracked, I'm going to write down notes before I go off on a tangent. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about exactly how I make money. So I make money in multiple ways. I make money, I got my list out, by blogging, YouTubing, patterns. I sell t-shirts and affiliate links and sponsorships. So, but even though I make money doing that, for the year 2019, I made a total just shy of $15,000. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not trying to tell you guys I make millions of dollars crocheting. I'm just a regular person. I've seen a lot of bloggers who are making like $10,000 a month, and I've only made 15,000, shy of 15,000. But don't think all that 15,000 is just cash money just for me. It's nice. It does help my family, but I am paying for things. But luckily, I don't have to pay for health insurance because I have a day job or a night job. I work the night shift. And let's see. If I did have to pay health insurance, I did, this is for US. If I did have to pay health insurance, if I had the worst package, I would be paying like $3,000 a year for my own crochet. I mean, for my own health insurance. So knock that off at 15,000 right there. And here's some of the things that I pay to help me run my channel. I use something called, I have a whole bunch of pattern fees. When I list my patterns on Etsy or Ravelry or Love Knitting, when something sells, I have fees. For my website, my yearly domain name, I pay $15.99 a year. For web hosting, I pay $180 a year. For domain protection, I pay $12 a year. For these are SEO things that help me rank better on Google. This is called Morning Fame. I pay $83 a year. TubeBuddy, that's also an SEO tool. I pay $43 a year. MailerLite, this is helps me create an email list. This is $180 a year. And that all adds up to about $513 a year. That doesn't include all the items that I bought from, if you watch me, I make reviews. Any items from my reviews, I didn't add that in. Any items like yarn, well, I haven't bought yarn. I got so much yarn. There's a lot. So I didn't add that in. So I'm just giving you that blanket number. I do also have to pay taxes as that because I file as a sole proprietor. I don't have it specifically as a business. When you have a business, you can claim a loss. I can claim a loss, but I can't claim a loss past zero. So I get taxed at about 13.99% US for taxes. And that averages out to about, hey Jada, averages about to $2,000 for taxes. So start subtracting all those. You can understand, but don't worry. I am doing some deductions. I know how to deduct. I can deduct things like my studio room, a percentage of my studio room. I can deduct internet costs. I can deduct the equipment. So there is some more deductions, but I just tried to use this for flat. Okay, something going on in the thing. Here we go. There we go. All right. The beautiful Bernice. Hi, I'm a new subscriber and I think you're great. I'm literally disabled and you made my crochet lantern so easy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. All right, so we get all the things that I was trying to look at the comments to see if anybody asked any questions. All right, we get that. So now, if any of you are pattern designers or already people who create custom orders and sell them items, and if this is like your first year doing it, if you notice, it's December and we hit that first dip. If you're shocked that like, oh my goodness, all my sales has started to fall, don't worry. Crochet has eves and flow. I'm going to give you a look at one of my, this is for my YouTube. This is furthest back for me that I can go for my analytics. I know you don't understand a lot of this analytics, but I'm just going to walk you through it. Just follow the cursor. Let's see. Let's get this off. Where's my analytics? All right, so we're going to talk about the selling ebbs and flows, ups and downs. If you notice how it goes up every August, this is further down here. This is when I started my YouTube channel. Look, nobody was watching me. Then all of a sudden August happened and bloop, my views went up. And then it goes down in December. You can pretty much see every August when my views go up, and it hits January and it goes back down. And in August again, it goes up. Actually, I peaked a little bit early this year. Unfortunately, I usually peak in January. I peaked in November this year. So boo hiss to that one. So I got to do much better. But, you know, you can recognize it's okay when it's that time of the year and your sales drop. Don't get nervous. It happens. It goes up and it goes down. There we go. We got over that. But, oh, that leads me into the very next spot. Hold on. Laura Shelton, at what point should you hire a bookkeeper for taxes? Did you eventually write a business plan? No, I didn't write a business plan, but for the past 2 years, I've been going to H&R Block, and everybody tells me I shouldn't. So this year, my uncle, he's suggesting I go to his guy. He's a banker. He's a business guy. So I'm going to go to his guy this year. I keep all of my books. I keep all of my receipts. It's not that difficult. A lot of people don't like to do it. It's a lot of numbers. But if you know how to work an Excel sheet, you just punch in your numbers, punch in what you bought, punch in what you made, and it calculates for you. There's templates. Don't worry if you don't know how to work Excel. There's templates where you can just point, click, and it works it out for you. So I keep all my records myself. It's not difficult. It's not like I'm buying steaks or anything. I'm buying yarn every here and there, and most of it is just the fees that I'm paying through Etsy. All right, let's see if we have any other questions. Scroll down. Shannon, I think colder weather gets more views with people being inside more. Exactly. Nobody wants to wear like, winter hat in the middle of summer. So that's the exact reason. And plus, it always peaks also right before Christmas because a lot of people are starting to make little crochet gifts for their families and friends. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions? Night Owl, is there a recommended blog layout that is preferred for crafters? Okay, hold on. This is my daughter. What's Yeah, we have hoagie. We got 2 hoagies. I'm gonna eat some of my noodles. Aw, I bought hoagies for the family, and I didn't tell my daughter. She just walked around the corner all sad like this, like, we had hoagies? I'm sorry, baby doll. Okay. Okay, so next, that talks about blogs. That gets into my very next thing. You need to learn how to, when you're doing custom orders or crocheting patterns, you need to learn how to diversify your income. You can't solely rely on one thing, because what if that one thing fails? So make sure you're signing up. This is for pattern makers and custom orders. Pause on the people for custom orders. If you sell patterns, make sure you're on Etsy. Make sure you're on Ravelry. Make sure you're in a Facebook group. Make sure you're on Love Crafts. Make sure you're selling everywhere. People who want to create custom orders, yes, be on Etsy, but I want you to promote more in your Facebook groups. Yes, Etsy's great. Do that. But I know it can be hard to be found. And to be found, you need to learn some technical aspects behind the scenes, like SEO. SEO is called search engine optimization. It's the way you title your things to be found. For any search engine to find you, you have to name it the correct way. Think of your words as being a map to you. Let's say Susan out there wants a crochet hat that's the color yellow. If your hat says, or fluffy crochet hat. And yours is like bobble stitch crochet hat, and she wanted a bobble stitch crochet hat. Luckily, you titled yours specifically so she can find you. Those breadcrumbs lead you to her. All right. Okay. Now we're going to get into starting a blog. I've had my blog for 2 years now, but unfortunately, I was actually intimidated. Once I set it up, I was actually intimidated by my blog. I didn't know exactly what to do with it. So for 2 years, I should say I had this 2.5 years. I don't know. Yeah, 2 years. My blog just trickled in income, maybe $12 a month, you know what I mean? At the best, $5 a month, making a quarter a day here and there. I wasn't making much money. But last July, I decided, like, listen, I'm paying for this web domain. Oh, and list all that when I listed my web domain, all that for $500. My website is much bigger than what yours is. So I have to add it extra protection. Like if you sign up through Bluehost, their web hosting is $3.99. This is the combination I recommend. Write this down. WordPress and Bluehost together. Very cheap. WordPress is absolutely free. Don't confuse it with WordPress.com. This is WordPress.org. And Bluehost combined, it's extremely cheap. I'm only going to leave all that information down below. And just so you guys know, another tip, all of these links well, not all of them, most of the links that you're going to find in the description are affiliate links. Wink, wink, I get a percentage back from it, and it helps earn income. But back to starting your own blog. When you start your own blog, it is yours. It isn't anybody else. You can get kicked off of Etsy. You can get kicked off of Facebook, YouTube. But you cannot get kicked off your own website. Get it. And if you learned how to post within these things constantly on a consistent basis, you're going to begin to make revenue. I officially started putting heart into my blog this past June, July. And when you start doing SEO, search engine optimization, where you get those breadcrumbs to your work that helps me rank on Google, within 6 months, I started seeing my income going from $12 a month to 50 to 100 to, at Christmas, I hit my highest ever $300 a month on my blog because I gave it love. Who would have thought that? I know this is scary, but don't just create patterns. Just don't create custom orders. Diversify yourself. Think about making passive income. That'll take me into the next part. Another form of passive income. I know what, I'm going to pause. I need a drink. I always jump too far and don't let people ask questions. So let me take a sip. You guys ask some questions. Let that absorb in for a second. Oh, fiber agape. Pinterest is on my list. Just be patient for that one. Okay, TDSM19. Victoria, either Littlejohn's or Bag a Day has mentioned using Pinterest for selling handmade items, so it must be good. Yes, okay. I'm just going to hop into it because that's two things about Pinterest. You're probably like, how do I get traffic to Pinterest? I mean, how do I get traffic to my blog? How do I get traffic to my Etsy? How are these people getting people to look at them? I always say, don't pay for ad space. Go the free route first. All right, I'm going to take you back into my analytics, and I'm going to show you, this is information going back to my blog, how many views Pinterest alone brings to my blog. Let's see, where am I? Here we go, my analytics. Okay, this is strange right here. This is my analytics for my website. This is for the past 30 days. This is Pinterest. Pinterest referred people to my website. Uh-oh, what did I just do? Oh, sugar biscuit. Let me go back. There we go. Let's see if I can fix that. Here we go. Pinterest referred people back to my site over 2,000 times. This is free traffic to my blog or free traffic to my Etsy. Guys, let me see if I can get back to my mug. There we go. Guys, Etsy's the thing. But Etsy is another monster within itself. Like I said, the great thing about, not Etsy, Pinterest is another monster within itself. To get traffic, you have to post nonstop on Pinterest. They recommend posting at least 30 times a day. And when you're posting on Pinterest 30 times a day, who got time for that? Because I already told you to post on Facebook like 60 times a day. How are you going to find a time to post on Pinterest 30 times a day? I use something called Tailwind. Tailwind is a automatic Pinterest pinner. When you pin, you just, let's say every 2 weeks, I sit down and I pick, like, for an hour, I'll sit down and just pin like 200, 300 things. But it's planned for the next 2 weeks. I don't have to worry about sitting there. And Pinterest will do that for the day and it'll keep my Pinterest board active. And therefore, I'm getting all of these views and viewers back to my website. And the magic of, well, the magic of using Pinterest, how can I explain it? It's just not posting on your own board. It's just not posting your own items. You have to be members of other Pinterest group boards. I'm a member of, I believe, at least 30 Pinterest crochet group boards. These crochet group boards, you can have them for people who create custom orders or people who are pattern designers like myself. These groups are specifically for what you do. They're like-minded individuals. For me, other crochet designers, we share each other's stuff so we can get more eyes. It's like we're working together to promote each other. So, because if you're just posting on yourself, your viewers, you might have a small pool. But luckily, if somebody like, who's one of them? Jaden Stitches, my favorite. She posts something. I've never seen her in Pinterest group boards. She posts something of mine. She has a bigger audience. My pin will be able to go to a bigger audience. So I definitely recommend getting into Pinterest boards and using Tailwind. There's another awesome thing within Tailwind. It's called Tailwind Tribes. Tailwind Tribes is almost like Pinterest group boards, but on speed. It's how can I describe it? It's almost like the group boards, but you get a wider audience even more. These are more hardcore crochet bloggers, so definitely do that. I'll got all the information about Tailwind down below. Let's see, do we have any questions? Let me scroll up. Okay, Shannon, pricing is hard. By your pricing, your time, which is hard, but you put price on, but don't shortchange your skill. That's probably about somebody. I probably hopped in the middle of a conversation. Somebody asked me about pricing. Pricing is one of the hardest things on when you start selling your own items. There's a lot of cheap people out there, and there's a lot of people who price their items too low. I've said this before. Every time I create something brand new, the first time I ever make a certain type of hat, 9 times out of 10, on accident, I underprice myself and I kick myself in the butt every single time. But I knew the second time around that if somebody asked for this, when Susan posts her picture of her cute hat and then Sally says, I want the same, I know I'm going to charge much more for that hat. Usually I used to go to Etsy and see what the other people are pricing their hats for. And once I became like crocheting, doing custom orders for a couple years, my prices were lower at first, but once I became more established, I was able to charge more money for what I made. So let's say they said a crochet hat on Etsy was going for $25. I've been doing this for 3 years and they don't want to go to nobody else. I'm going to charge $40 for it. Okay. Let's see. Candace Marshall, try reading multiple blogs created by different people in the same field to get an idea what you want to do. You know what? That's exactly what I did. There is no handbook for this. I was pretty much walking blind. I was, like I said, mimicking my gurus. I was going to other successful people's websites. Like, what are they doing? What is their format? Right now, I'm rehauling my whole blog because I wanted, my blog is full of free information, but there's also affiliate links within them. So I wanted to place affiliate links within my blog so I can make more income with that. So I was following one of my another favorite people's, Soella's format. I was looking at hers because she was giving her monthly income for her blog. So make sure you check out her. And when you click on her site, you can see what her monthly income up until the year 2018. Then she stopped posting her monthly income. But for like in the year 2018, from her revenue from her blog, she was making $4,000. So I'm like, I need to revamp mine. So I got 100 pages on my blog. So I've been doing that revamping. So don't think I'm the most genius person at this. I'm still learning as I go, but I can help you at least get to where I'm at. I can help you get to at least where I'm at. And the further I go at the things I mess up, I can help teach you and prevent anything from it. Okay. Cheers. Let me scroll down. Any more questions? Paula Moore, will this be recorded? Yes, this will be back on a replay. Once this is all over, there will be a replay. Miss Christy Love, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to you. MCC, just started crocheting business about 4 months ago. Congratulations, you get a cheers. Okay, my cup is emptying out a little bit. Got a refill. All right. Oh, and once again, if you guys are enjoying this information, you can help support my channel and more information like this by donating through Super Chat. There's a button. I do it wrong every time. There's a little dollar button or whatever to the side. You can click that and you can help donate. And if you have any questions that I happen to miss with the Super Chat, it'll show up in the live stream prominently. And hopefully my disco light will go off. Okay. Okay, Wendy Schmidt, do you do craft shows or fairs? And are they well? Do you do craft shows or fairs? I've done them before. Me, a lot of people love them. When I was doing custom orders, they're nice before any items towards the end of the season that haven't sold online. But I prefer to focus completely online because I didn't like having stocked items. My first year, I had a full stock. I had hats, I had sweaters, I had scarves, I had everything. And every time somebody said, "Ooh, that hat is gorgeous," and the hat was blue, they're like, "Do you got that hat in pink?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." So I'd have to create, no matter what I posted that was like pre-made, they always wanted in a different color. But that stocked items work great for craft fairs. But I'm not the greatest of people persons. The craft fairs that I went to, I've only done two, and the craft ladies were real mean. So I didn't like the craft lady vibe there. They weren't as friendly as you guys right here. Sip. Oh, Victoria Bryce, OMG, the box drink. Yes, I'm such a fancy lady. I don't need a bottle. A box is fine with me. Cheers. Okay, Auntie B's Corner, Brenda. How often do you blog? And it's always crochet related. Yes, I blog. It's hard. I try to blog once a week. And yes, it's always crochet related. If you're going to start anything like YouTube, you're going to start anything like blogging or even selling on Etsy, you want to be hyper focused. You can't just, don't think you can come in here selling crochet and bracelets. No, hyper focus. This is not just your craft. There's more behind this. There's a lot of search engines and technical stuff going on behind. For people to find you online, They need to know you're very niche down. If you're too broad, they'll never find you. But if they're looking for a crochet, bobble stitch, hat, or whatever, they'll be able to find you. But not if you also have uh, rocks and gems in your Etsy shop, or not if you're talking about rocks or whatever on your blog. But I mean, the little off posts about your life is fine. Those are the posts that are for your followers. It's not more, it's not for to get views. Those are for your dedicated followers. So those are fine. But mainly, whatever you do, make sure it's focused on if you're doing other than crochet. No, you guys, I know you're all crocheters. Make sure it's hyper focused on crochet and nothing else. People will say, Alysha, you're starting to do other things. Yes, I am. But you found me when I was hyper focused. Now I have a bigger audience. I can start talking about other things because now I have almost 75,000 subscribers. But before that, I was just doing one thing and being hyper focused. And people started to know me for that one thing. And I began to grow. Twinkling Gypsy Crochet, thank you so much for taking the tremendous time to take to keep us so well informed and up to date in our craft. You're welcome. Let's see what else is going here. Here we go. Peyton Asher. I tried to start an Etsy shop selling dishcloths, but after several months, I wasn't getting any orders. I don't know if you came in a little bit late, but because Etsy, you are a needle in a haystack. Don't buy any ads on Etsy. Use Pinterest to get traffic to your pins. Get traffic to your Etsy, and make sure your shop is beautiful. If I type in crochet dishcloths and I click on somebody that's not you, and their pictures are beautiful, they have dishcloths that looks, ooh, look at this, and I look at your picture in comparison, be honest with yourself. Do they match up? Are your pictures just on your kitchen table, not decorative? Are they lit well? And are your titles SEO optimized? That's, if you're late, that's how people breadcrumbs for search engines to find you. So you check those out. It's still going to be hard to find for dishcloths because that's a highly competitive term. So focus on your own Facebook group. And when you're on Facebook group, you're the number one seller. You have no competition. You post dishcloths all the time, and eventually somebody within your Facebook group is going to be like, ooh, I love that. And also post within Facebook selling groups, not just the Facebook selling craft groups, but like the Facebook flea market groups. Make sure you're posting in those nonstop and be a member of a lot of them. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I got a super chat. Thank you so much, Joy Parker. I think it's amazing you can work full time and this the rest of the time. My tongue is tied. You shouldn't drink wine while teaching informative information. Let me read that again. I think it's amazing you can work full time and this the rest of the time very well. It can be difficult. I'm very upset. This is not plugged in. It's plugged in, but it's not working. Is there an on and off button that I missed? The disco light. I know there's a button. Guys, be right back. Oh, that's why. See? There's a button on the breaker that I didn't turn on. Not the breaker, but the base of the little thingy. And now that I turned it on, I have to find an appropriate app button to turn it off. It's logging up, but you can guys see the little disco light. Let's see. Dragna Purik. Purik. Yeah, I'm going to be butchering some names, so sorry about that. I'm not the best reader of names. You are amazing. Thank you so much for all your advice. Links to regards from Siberia. What? I always say I get so amazed when people are from outside the United States are actually sitting here watching any of my live streams. Absolutely amazed. Thank you for viewing. All right, let's see what else. Okay, how do you create, this is from Janine's Creations. How do you create a business page on Facebook? I can't give you the technical step-by-step techniques, but everybody, great question. Everybody needs to have a business page. Just follow, Google it, search it in YouTube. You'll get a step-by-step on how to build one. But everybody definitely needs to have a Facebook page. I always tell people you need to be everywhere. I don't think I am the best crocheter in the whole entire world, but I know I am the most consistent. I'm the one that's going to be posting every day in your face. That's why you're probably, oh, I got it. Let me scroll down. Oh, thank you so much. This is Annette. Used to live in Greensburg. Are you the one? Well, Greensburg. We talked before. Where are you from now? Was it Canada? Didn't we talk before? You have to jog my memory. I hope I don't miss your question down in the bottom. See, I was before the super chat. I was supposed to write down what I was doing. So whoever question I just skipped over, I'm sorry. So we're going to go over the Carla Naturally Simmons. How do you divide your time with all you do with crochet and work full time? It can be difficult. I work the midnight shift because for my wait, mid. I see we got a super chat, so I don't lose your question. I wrote it down. Who did the super chat? God, here we go. Laura, God bless you for being so energetic about a craft we all love. Keep doing your reviews. Love them. Thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate you sitting here listening to me chit chat about all this yarn stuff and making money. Oh, we got another one from Molly Smile. She says, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys, thank you. This is another way of making income. I appreciate it so much. I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to stop babbling on and go back to the question that I was asked. How do I divide time with working and crochet? It can't be difficult. I was saying I work midnight shift. This works best for my family because we still have, my daughter's 18, but my son is 8. So we still need that flip-flop shift. I try to make it work. Luckily, the job that I do have, it's a night shift job. There are sedentary moments, so I'm able to crochet. But I just try to squeeze it in when I can. On my off days, I jam it as much as I can. I get up before the kids. I stay awake longer than other people. If you go the passive income route, it's going to be a lot of work up front. Okay, we're going to talk to I actually recommend a lot of people going into pattern making. We're just going to go there first. Let's say I create a pattern. Yes, creating a pattern is hard, but once you get through all the testing and getting all the kinks worked out and sending them to testers, that work is done. That pattern that I made 2 years ago will continue to make me money. That blog that I wrote 2 years ago, that I wrote a good blog, will continue to make me money. That YouTube video that I created, luckily in crochet is like, it's called evergreen content. Evergreen content will last you forever. And let me mention something that's not evergreen. Crochet Baby, Yoda. I shouldn't say Star Wars because everybody loves Star Wars. But a topic like I can't think of I don't know, just a temporary Hollywood, something about the Kardashians, even though Kardashians have been out for the past 12 years, but something that is temporary, that is a hot topic that'll go away. Those are great and sensational. And for crochet, the hot topic right now is that Crochet Baby Yoda, and now get you a lot of views. But my content, crochet hats, is evergreen. You'll always, if you see my pattern that was 5 years old, it's still a good pattern, even though it's just 5 years old. Let me see. Okay. Rand Peanut, I apologize for getting here late, But question, how do you sell works that take a lot of time and effort? Some dolls take forever to make. You know what? I give you doll makers, everybody, if you ever kept, give them a cheers, a round of applause. That's a lot of work. A lot of people don't understand. Let's say I've made somebody, I'm rambling. I made a crochet Easter bunny, and somebody's like, "Oh, can you make this? Can you? I'll pay you $30." It was like amagamaru. Somebody typed this out phonetically for me last week. Amagamaru. You know what I'm talking about. But it was like this big and $35. I was like, "Ooh, yes," because I used to say yes to everything. And by the time I got done with it, it was like days later. My hand was all cramped up. And I'm like, this should be like $1,000,000. I will never do something like this again. So, oh, I think I got another super chat from Michelle B. Cheers. Thank you so much. Hello, beautiful. Thank you for sharing your talent. I love your tutorials and tips. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I appreciate you being here and your thoughtfulness. Let me click that button. I was smart. I thought I was smart. I put short about the pay, about how much you would charge. Once again, create a Facebook group, find your core customer base. The people who say, no, I don't want to buy that, because there are going to be a lot, because you have a tougher crowd than somebody who just makes hats. Or I'm not saying that you do that. If you make intricate tablecloths or the lace work or clothes, all of you have a difficult time. Maybe not, well, even clothes, you have a difficult time, because people don't understand that each centimeter that you're creating is a stitch. There is no crochet machine. You have to somehow school these people one a sale at a time that you're the boss. My first year, I barely made any money. Barely. My second year, I did a little bit better. But once I learned to market myself correctly, that's what you need to do so you can get more income. Market yourself. Become that person known as the doll maker, where they don't want to go to anybody else. And they're not going to pay somebody $35. They're going to say, oh, I'm paying $85 because one, I know her. I've seen her work for the past 6 months posted everywhere. That's the person I'm going to go to. Every time I scroll on Etsy, now every time I scroll on Pinterest, that person's patterns seem to come up. I'm going to check them out. So make sure that you're everywhere. All right, let's see where we are now. Thank you. I got me a phonetic saying by Carla Naturally Simmons. Amigurumi. Amagumari. Amagumari. I'm going to jack it upstairs. Thank you, Joy Parker. She did it too. Wait. Gamar. Forget it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Rand Putt, thanks for the compliment. But yeah, I'm making a 16-inch puppy cat plush for myself. This is for you. You know what you're worth. All right. Where are we at? Night owl. That's me. I have a bad habit. How do you break these? Yes, man. Response. I don't know what the habit was. Sorry. Let me scroll down. I must have missed that one. Stephanie Kelly. I have a Facebook page and don't do much, but my daughter is always telling me that I don't change enough. It's hard to say no because I don't charge enough. It's hard to say. It keeps scrolling up because I enjoy it so much. I know this is hard. We as crocheters, crocheting is an art, is a craft of love. My grandma used to crochet. She taught me. She would just create a blanket and give it away. People would have babies and get mad when they didn't receive their baby blanket from my grandmother. Me, I seen crochet like, listen, this is hard work. Pay me. But a lot of before I said pay me, I used to do the same thing. So I can't talk about grandma. I love you, grandma. I used to give away hats to people just to see them walk around in my hat. But once I learned how to make money, it became addictive. So I instantly scratched that. Let's see. Oh, we're about to talk about charging now. Yes, please charge more. Or if you're charging for a hat, keep the least minimum price. Don't like kick yourself. I remember my husband, he gave me a great pep talk. I was selling these scarves for like $5. And he's like, babe, why are you doing that? Why would you even sell your stuff for $5? You were worth so much. I'm like, but they've been sitting there all season and it was making me sad. Okay, I shouldn't have did that, but I learned to value myself and price more. I stopped doing all those what stocking up on things. I began doing more custom orders. When you do custom orders, you don't have all these remnants left over. And it is okay at the end of the season when it's like February, whatever, to drop prices low. I'm not mad at that, but you can't be having February prices in the middle of November. That's your best season. But try to keep it up. It helps us all as crafters. If you keep it up at least to the minimum, like I consider a minimum all hats, adults hats should be at least $25. At least. Me, I think all hats personally, if they can pay for young men can pay for a fitted cap that's $30. I think they should pay $100 for a crochet hats, but they ain't. Okay. Freaky Geek, I have to find a happy medium to charge enough to buy more supplies and have enough left over to pay you for your time. Luckily, the more custom orders I did, the more of a yarn stash I created. Let's say I made a hat and I bought yarn for a hat or whatever. It doesn't take me the whole skein of yarn to create that, and it's left over. And I'll have each order, I have all this extra stash. So eventually, I wasn't buying any material. So the longer you do this, the more your hoard will go up because you can't always use all the yarn. Okay, let me scroll up. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Orbinson 721. My mother did the same thing. She would give her crochet away. Not. Hey, Sassy 21GG. Hello, just checking in. Went to the movies. What you go see? Hope something good. Kathy Buer, do you have a waffle stitch tutorial? I do. You have to go to my page. It's somewhere in there. I do have a waffle stitch tutorial. Let's see. Okay. Charlotte Green. People don't understand how much it costs. They think it's like something you go buy at Walmart. They do. And speaking of Walmart, have any of you guys seen like the crochet section at Walmart? Like the pre-made baby items and hats selling for super cheap? That makes me so upset. I know everybody loves a deal. I love a deal too, but I'm a biased crocheter. When I see a crochet baby giraffe hat and bottom selling for $10, I'm thinking there's somebody in a sweatshop getting paid nothing because Walmart needs to make a profit, and Walmart had to ship this over here somehow, and what somebody's getting a bad end of the stick somewhere. That makes me so mad. Okay. That's another rant. Tanya, hi from New Zealand. Hello. Oh, Sassy 21. She's seen Bad Boys for Life. Great movies. Ooh, me and my husband, we want to go see that one. Sabrina, I'm a gog. Amy Gurumi. Thank you. Let's see. Carla Brown says she used to give her items away too. I mean, like I said, crochet is an art of love. We like to give stuff away. Let's see, what else was here to talk about? Oh, the next thing. I always get off topic. Let me take a sip. I wanted to talk about starting your own YouTube. This is another thing about being everywhere. It's not that difficult. If you have a Google account, you have a YouTube account. All you have to do is upload it on YouTube. If it sounds too technical, remember There's a YouTube video for that. You can find it. I went to a YouTube Academy and I've learned a lot of stuff for the past couple years. But starting your own YouTube is another source of views and income and revenue. What was it? I made $1,500 for December last year for my revenue from YouTube. How I make money from YouTube is through ads. You know those little 15-second ads or you see in the beginning of a video? Those, if people watch them for an extended amount of time, I get a little percentage of that. But the more views, the more money. It seems like, oh, you must get a lot of money by a couple of views. For me, just to make that much, I have to get 300,000 views. But since I've been persistent for the past 3 years, I can make 300,000 views in a month because I'm posting everywhere. Even as a pattern maker, I'm posting in all my pattern groups. I'm posting on, oh, well, okay. I'm not going to get off topic again. Oh, I'm not. I'm going to stay on YouTube. Okay, but YouTube, I'm going to show you some analytics on some views I get to my blog from YouTube. You know, just from you guys watching my YouTube, I make 1,500. Okay, let me, there we go. We're going back to my analytics. All right, right here. This is not my views, but this is what my YouTube brings my blog. It brings me an extra 1,800 views to my blog alone. So it's like I'm double dipping into the pie. Let's even go over here. See, I'm on Ravelry. These are all the places I'm double dipping into the pie. And see how much I post on Facebook. I am constantly on Facebook. 1,500 extra views to my blog a month. Here we go. Back to my mug. So you're probably thinking, what type of items do I use? I'm probably have this big, huge studio of items. So I'm going to show you what I was supposed to bring out my workers clamp light. So I'm going to show you one of my lights. Give me a second. I'm going to hop up and grab it. Oy. I'm coming. Here I come. I'm not going to put the light in your face. I don't have a fancy studio. People talk about, oh, your lights, your videos are so well lit. You see these? You can buy them at like any type of hardware store. It's workers clamp lights. That's all I use for my lights, stuck on some poles. Let me put this back up so you guys see me. And there's a little rig that I do too, so the lights aren't too harsh. You see this plastic grocery bag? That's how I buff my lights. Let me put this back and I'll be back to tell you some more information about materials for your blog. I hope my lights are good. All right, so you've seen my light setup. Also, if you see me at my tutorials on what type of camera did I use to do all my tutorials, I use my smartphone. Yes, I've upgraded to a different camera, but when I do up close tutorials now, I prefer doing it on my smartphone. I prefer editing everything on my smartphone. Let me show you my tripod I use to film. All the stuff that I use is also going to be in the description box. There's tons and tons of links. I tried to think of everything beforehand so you guys wouldn't have to ask. So this is my tripod. This is on like a cheap one for like 20 something bucks on Amazon. I just put it between my legs. My camera goes here and I crochet and film my tutorials. And then I have such a beautiful background for each one of my tutorials. A poster board. I lay the poster board flat on the table. My camera's right above and I have a beautiful crisp white studio that I film in. When I want to make my finished product extra beautiful, I take out my super expensive, all these were bought from the Dollar General. I take out my super expensive lighting box. This is the fold out poster board. You probably can't see it. It just folds out. And it encases my item in a bright white case and all my pictures turn out beautiful. How expensive is that? But I do have, there's something I do use. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let's see. Before I try to bring it up, let's see if I even have it. There it is. 1 second, guys. This right here. Actually, there's cheaper ones on Amazon. I think you might have to search around, but there's definitely cheaper kits on Amazon. But it has like the lights. I used to have these little umbrellas on my lights also, but you notice I replaced them with the garbage bags because these umbrellas, my family actually just used them as umbrellas and stole them from me. And these lights are beautiful and it buffers everything out. Let me bring myself back up. Uh-oh. There I am. Here is one of them. And okay, it's a little messy on the other side of this camera, but I'm going to show you my stand that I have. It's across the room. There we go. There's my other stand when I do my green screen. And here's my light setup. Let me bring it back to me. But these are like the little stands I use. But the most important part is lighting. These little CFL light bulbs, I think they are called 6500K Kelvin light bulbs, but they are white, bright daylight. You don't want to use light bulbs or have a poorly lit video. That just looks cheap. Nobody wants to look at you in the dark. Turn on a light. Get one of these. Light up the room. You can get these for cheap. Once again, I have those in the description box, so I wouldn't forget. It makes everything look so much better. All right, those are some of the things that I use. Oh, for my first 20,000 subscribers, I didn't actually, that tripod you just seen, I just got like 2 months ago. So for my first 60,000 subscribers, I used this, that setup you seen right there. I actually bought it twice. The first setup that I bought, I rigged and dismantled and by zip ties because when I first started filming, I didn't realize I should just put a tripod between my legs. I rigged one of these like the film over my shoulder and had zip ties everywhere and being crazy. And my original tripod broke. Oh, also make sure you get a selfie stick because I realized there's nobody in my family that can take pictures the way I like them but me. So I'm always sitting there like with a selfie stick trying to get things perfect. But regardless, I had a broken selfie stick and a broken stand that this isn't it, jammed this in here and filmed like that for like 2 years because I was just too cheap to buy anything else. And did anybody notice? No, you guys just enjoyed watching crochet patterns and tutorials. You don't have to spend $1 billion to be a YouTuber. But I have upgraded just recently since I began doing the crochet gadget reviews. I decided I needed a better camera. A lot of people are using these expensive DSLR cameras, which is great. But you guys know me, I'm super cheap. So I was searching for what is a cheaper way that I can film. And I didn't want to have a DSLR camera that costs like $500 or $1,000. So I bought this. So my latest review videos, like the past 3, been filmed on this. What is this? This is a Canon PowerShot ELPH 360 HS. This costs me $130. You can get it on eBay for even cheaper used. They're great, nothing fancy. And you guys still seem to appreciate the crochet reviews. I haven't heard anybody say, oh, your video quality is so horrible, I don't like you. So those are pretty cheap. Oh, another thing, what you're looking at me on, you can't see it because I'm filming. I wonder if I can bring up my camera on my phone so you can look at it. Let's see. It is my webcam. These Logitech webcams, you can get this one that I have. I believe it's the Logitech. Let's see if you can you see it? There we go. That webcam right there. You can get these for like $60 on Amazon or even cheaper on eBay. Let me bring up my thing so I know where I'm supposed to be. Super cheap. You don't have to spend $1 million to be a YouTuber. Trust me. Don't jump on the bandwagon and become broke. Let's see if I missed any questions. Everybody, take a sip. If you're just getting here, this is wine. Oh, another cheap plug if we're talking about making income. If you like the cup that I'm sipping on, I have my own crochet t-shirt shop. That link will be down below. I have a whole bunch of crochet t-shirts, and not crochet t-shirt, but shirts with like funny sayings, bags, and hoodies, and cups and cell phone covers. All that will be down. I'm starting to spill my drink, and all that will be down in the description box below. I'm so used to saying it, it's like a plug now. Okay, let's see. Let's go into the questions. Night Owl. The Canons are a great camera. I actually have an expensive camera my husband bought for our rainbow baby. Oh, I'm sorry. Who is? Oh, rainbow baby. Those are great babies. Rainbow baby, who is now 6. It was used for all of a year. I'm trying to figure it out to use. I have my own little rainbow baby there. He's playing around in a room, but use it. You got the goods. I would love to have one of those. I was looking at it on online, all these expensive DSLR cameras, and they do maybe one day when I'm like super successful and I'm making lots more money, but I'm not making a lot of money right now. But if I make a lot more money, I would love to get something like that, but just not ready for it. Pink Scampi. I have gin in my mug, but it's 10.15 in the UK. Wine would also be good. Hey, gin, wine. Everybody give Pink Scampi a cheers. Cheers. Hey, Katak. Only a time you can call someone a hooker and they not take offense. It is. A lot of people don't like to be called hookers. I also like to use the term yarny. I'm a yarny and a hooker. Black Bremen Crochet Studios. Guys, make sure you check her out. She was on one of my top 10 crochet up and coming crochet YouTubers. I have that Canon. I have to figure out how to, that work as well. What do you use to record? Once I learn something, sometimes I get stuck. People ask me what type of editing software I wear. What type of editing software I use. People recommend using DaVinci and all these other things. I use my phone. Everything I use, I edit on my phone. That's what the first time I learned how to use. And with this camera, luckily, there's like an app where I'm able to send my video that I filmed here to my phone, and I can just edit. And I didn't put this in the information below, but take out your pen, write it down. If you want to edit video on your phone, I recommend KineMaster. Kine Master. It has like let's see if I can bring up what's the app look like? Boop 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 boop. Where's the camera? It looks like a little K right there. KineMaster. Definitely recommend that to use. Black Ribbon. Cheers. Nona Stitching Lounge. A yarny hooker. Yes, I am. Jillian Eve. I agree with you about keeping it simple. I have a Logitech webcam and use my phone. It works great. You know what? It's one of the best things to use. People are there's so much technology. There's so many things that you can use that it can become overwhelming. What's a kiss? Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. You don't need a big camera. Use what you already have. Go to your hardware store and buy a worker's clamp light and some light bulbs. That is all you need. Let me bring up my notes again. Okay, where are we at? Lisa Anderson, I love your channel. Learned a lot, and I've made several of your tutorials. Thank you very much. Thank you for stopping by and watching me. Oh, left is the remember from last week, left is right crochet with Sandy. LOL, Brienne. For me, it would be a me left hook. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, I know this is a lot. Charlotte Green. I'm heading out to AC Moore, see what I can find. Love your live chats. Always learn from them. Cheers. Thank you for joining. Roseanne Vera. Using what you have the best way you can is compromising. Yep. Not compromising in a good way. You know what? If you're going to do it, waiting for everything to be perfect, you can be waiting forever. Start now. I am so glad I just took that leap years ago. I like to split myself into two people. I say this all the time. I thank past Alysha for just taking a dive. Actually, quick story on how the whole chairs and the wine box to the corner started. I was on YouTube for 2 years before I ever did a live chat. Live chats are very intimidating. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'll just put a little bit of courage wine in my cup during my live, and nobody will know. They'll just think I'm drinking coffee. I'm like, eh. And eventually I let the cat out the bag and people start saying cheers. Then what was it last week? Somebody said, because I sent my daughter up to get me a drink, fill my cup. My daughter's not a child. My daughter's officially 18, so she's allowed to fill up my cup of wine. But somebody said, why don't you just put the box of wine on your shelf? So therefore now I have my box of wine on my shelf and we say cheers together. And having a sip during the middle of the day or night where we're at is normal now. Nobody can tell us anything. We're yarnies. We're fine. Let's see what else is going on. Carla Brown, were you afraid when you did your first tutorial? I was terrible. I pretty much told you, yeah, terrified. My first tutorial, my first couple of tutorials are pretty the grainy. There's simple techniques that I didn't follow along to. They're like blurry. Clean your camera lens. That's all it takes. It's just clean that lens off. And your footage becomes HD instantly. Stop putting your fingerprint all over it. But my first time in front of the camera, the volume was horrible. I was too far away and I get nervous. People think, oh, you're great. You've got a fun personality. Oh, scary inside. I was talking before I came on a live. I was talking to my friend Belinda. Her name is Posh Panache Crochet. I should have linked stuff down below. I knew I was going to talk about her. But I sent her a quick little message on Facebook that said, oh my goodness, I get so nervous before lives. My belly, even to this day, I mean, right now, I feel perfectly fine. It's once I'm so trained now, once I hit the record, lights, camera, action, I'm ready. And it's no longer strangers. Once upon a time, I was talking to absolutely nobody. Now I recognize people in the stream. I'm looking over. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, oh, GGP, she gave us a cheers. Cheers. Because she did that, I'm always going to remember her now because that's pretty funny. Yarn and wine. But I'm much better at it. Scroll up. I've seen some. Here we go. Mar Will. Hi, I'm trying to start a YouTube channel and also my own business teaching crocheters like me who are blind how to crochet. How would you advise me? Okay, the crochet is the easy part. I would advise you to learn about starting a blog. I would advise you, if you're not on social media, to start going on social media. I mean, I don't know how everything works since you are, seeing impaired, but you have to be everywhere. Where is your the community? Where is your niche of people? Is there like an online forum that's just for people just like you? You know what I mean? That's what you got to look for. Those are going to be your target market. Actually, I think that is an excellent idea. The more niche that you are, the better that you are. You might think, oh, there's not that many people. How many seeing impaired crocheters are there? How many blind crocheters are there? You know what? There might not be none near you, but across the world, there has to be at least 1 million of them. You just got to find where they live. Where's their community? Find them, you'll find your income, and just become a part of that community. J Hook Crochet and more. Alysha, I've been shadowing the chat this evening, not talking too much, but was listening. You're a great help, and thank you for all the great advice. Gotta go now, and good night. Good night to you. Sweet dreams in Germany. Okay, Cynthia Jacob Brown. What does it take to create a pattern? It takes time. Oh, wait. I got to write the question down so I don't forget. I see that we got a super chat. Scroll down. Left is right crochet with Sandy. Thank you so much for your encouragement. Now almost to 1,000K. Thank you. Congratulations, everybody. Lift your cup and cheers. The left is the right crochet. Cheers. Oh, thank you so much. You're gonna get there. The thing is, Sandy, is consistency. I tell people all the time, I don't think I am the best crocheter. I mean, I make good crochet things. I think I'm a great teacher. I think my teaching technique is very good, but I am the most consistent. Where people lose, where people ruin themselves is because they give up within the first year. They stop. They don't see any progress. They give up within year 2. You know what? If you would have stuck into this for 5 years, where would you be? Where else in this time, where else in a job career can you go from 0 to thousands potentially within 5 years? That's not too long if you break it down that way. I feel like I officially but there's eves and flows. Just this past season, I surpassed my day job income. And each year I go a little bit higher, a little bit higher. I feel like I haven't even hit my 5 year mark within blogging and social media yet. That's good timing. I mean, it's not too bad. What do you say? Just saying. Okay. Oh, okay. What does it take to create a pattern? Get back to that one. It takes patience and time. It takes learning. Somebody had sent me a message on Facebook that said they needed help. I don't mind helping anybody. You can always check me out on Facebook. It's Littlejohn Alysha, or my Facebook group, Littlejohn Yarns, Addie and Crochet. I think that's what it's called. I should know better. But she asked me, I'm new to crochet. I asked this, I seen this scarf online, and I asked the lady how to make it, and she didn't know because she currently has dementia. She's like, how do I go about freestyling, creating, mimicking this pattern? I'm like, I can't tell you because you are new to crochet. The more you crochet or the more you fall along the patterns, the more you realize nobody's freestyling, nobody's freehanding. Everything has a basic pattern to it. You know what I mean? All hats begin with increases, then stop increases. You know what I mean? Or a lot of sweaters are basic squares put together in rectangles. They're panels. Great article written by my friend on my blogs. After the live stream, I'll fix it then. I'll put that link down below on how to create your own patterns using panels. It's so much easier than crocheting in a round and round. It's an excellent read. Oh man, GGP, she said cheers again. So she had cheers. I have to sip up. Uh-oh. And Janine said cheers too. Hey Mary, she says hello everybody. Okay, Carla Brown says, Freaky Geek, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it live. My anxiety goes up when I think about it. Oh, you know what? It's like jumping off a diving board. It's scary, but once you're in the air, well, I'm in it. that you can do. Wendy Schmidt says practice, practice, practice. Oh, hey, Posh is in here. Hey, how you doing? You must have heard your name. Know what? Uh, Whatever, link your article, whatever, and I'll make sure to publish that within the group. She is an excellent crochet designer. Myself, like I said, I like to think my patterns are more for like the basic crocheter that wants to go into the intermediate crochet. There are some more advanced patterns, but I love quick and easy crochet patterns. I like to be able to start it and finish it that day. I like a hat, I like a scarf, I like something quick. So sometimes a full outfit, I just don't feel like putting in the time. And she creates these intricate outfits, but yet she makes it in a simple way. She creates her crochet patterns using panels. When you use panels, it takes the craziness out of it. So many people are intimidated by crocheting, like garments. But when you just go, when you know you have a square, when you know you have a rectangle, and you just got to sew those rectangles together, you feel a little bit like, oh, I can do this. It takes the anxiety out of the whole project. So make sure you check out Posh Panache. Afterwards, I'll put that in the replay. And if you're a smart girl, Belinda, put your link there. Here we go. What else is up in here? Jackie, I love your teaching and your videos. Thank you. Martha, cheers. Mary, you think I could crochet a virus shawl to sell it in consignment shops? Actually, I think those are great ideas. Give it a try. I tried to get mine into one consignment shop. I crochet this. It's my marshmallow stitch messy bun hat. It's like a 3D hat. It's real weird, but it's a cool little hat. But the lady loved it so much. She's like, I want like 30 of these in my shops. Can you do it? And I was still doing custom orders. And now you just say yes to anything. You're like, yes. She's like, can I have them for a discount? Because I want so many. I'm like, and when she gave me the number, I forget what the number was. I'm like, oh no. But if you can find a consignment shop that can respect you and respect your prices, definitely. That means you have more places that you're trying to sell your item. I keep saying be everywhere. Okay, Claire Williams. Personality is so important to growing a business. I didn't follow people who have no pizzazz, but others like you make me want to seek them out. That should be business skills to learn. Yes, like there is no map to this. I get tons of messages in my inbox. If you email me, if you Facebook me, if you Instagram me, and I don't get back to you, it's not because I'm trying to ignore you. I get a lot of messages. But I respect it. I try to respond back to as many as I can. I respect that because I did that myself. If there wasn't for those few people that responded back to me, I wouldn't know what I was doing. Loopingly made. When I began to promote my blog back in June, because my blog was getting no traffic. I had a blog for 2 years and I was making no money with it. But I wanted to get traffic to my blog. I reached out to all these bloggers. I messaged them. I went to their website and contact. Nobody contacted me back, but Loopingly Made. She emailed me back this long, detailed information. She's like, you know what? I was once you. I was once in your spot. I appreciate your hustle. This is what I did. Because my question was, I seen a lot of bloggers putting their crochet patterns on their blog for free. I'm like, how are they making money doing that? And I asked her, I'm like, is this what I'm supposed to do? She's like, yes, honey. This is what you got to do, and this is what's going to help you make money. So I appreciate her. Make sure you check her out. She's helped me grow my blog. So hopefully by the end of 2020, I'll be bringing in a couple thousand to my blog. I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to keep learning with that. Okay. Marwell, I'm currently using voiceovers on my iPhone to chat with you guys and on live because I can't see to type so well. My device have talk back on it. Well, thank you for joining us, and I'm able to see your messages, so that's awesome. Here we go. Mary Lou, Aunt Loopy. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. Crocheting since the age of 8, and I've learned stuff all the time. I've crocheted for the past 30 years, but I would say my skill didn't pick up until about 8 years ago, until I found YouTube. I never followed patterns. I mean, I did a little bit, but YouTube has taught me more intricate stitching. I'm like, because I just knew the stitches that my grandmother taught me, and I just used them over and over and over and over. But once I found YouTube and start venturing the patterns, and I feel comfortable, then start venturing the more written patterns, and the more I did all those, I learned how to do them all myself and make money with them. Jillian Eve. Things got easier for me when I started to say I'm excited instead I'm nervous. It makes easier to hit the go live button. I've learned the actual feeling of nervousness and excitement is actually the same. For myself, I feel nervousness in my gut right here. When I'm excited, I feel nervousness in my gut right here. But like you said, when you change that word around, it's the same exact feeling. Just say I'm excited. Because I get nervous all the time. But if I know if I post a smile on my face and say I'm excited, I eventually do. And you all guys make me feel comfortable and whatnot. So I'm not mad at it. Okay. What is else? Carla Brown says, Posh Banash, I want to be a designer, so you better hit her up. Okay. Carla Brown, Jillian and Eve, thank you for the advice. I will keep that in mind the next time I try to make my first tutorial. All right, Carla Ann Nelson. My problem is that I get creative days and make things, never writing down the instructions, remake the items some days. When people see sweaters and scarves with pockets, matching hats, no patterns. You know what? You have to stop, write it down. You have to create your, you have to be disciplined. You're not going to make money if you're not disciplined. I mean, you pretty much answered yourself. I'm not trying to put you down. I know you're probably a talented woman, but the only way to succeed is consistency. I'll always beat out somebody if I'm present, if you always see me more. That's all there is to that. Okay. Rochelle, I was taught how to crochet by a blind woman. True story. I wonder how was that done? That's pretty. You should tell me a little bit more about that so I can read it to the rest, and I hope I don't miss it. Okay. Mary Lou says, exactly. YouTube shows me techniques I didn't know. Okay, Susan Parrish. Can you make money crocheting if you're not a pattern maker? And if so, how? Yes, you can make money. I talked about this a little earlier, but I've already been talking for an hour and a half, so you probably weren't even here when I started it. If you're a custom order maker, if you make things for people, get yourself a Facebook group. This is your only way where you can become the only person. Eyes are completely on you. On Etsy, you're 1 in a million. On eBay, you're 1 in a million. Still have those, but hardcore focus on your group. And if you're selling things on Etsy, make sure you're using Pinterest. Pinterest will get you views. I'm sorry if you guys already seen this, but I just want to show this to her. There we go. Where's my display capture? All right, I'm going to show you how many views Pinterest brings me just to my blog alone. If you learn how to post on Pinterest, look at these views. 2,300 views just by using Pinterest. Pinterest is completely free. Hustle. Go in the Facebook flea market groups. Posting those nonstop. Posting them like your commercial. You see commercials on TV all the time. You see McDonald's all the time. Be just like them. Emulate them. You go into those selling groups, you ever seen like LuLaRoe or those lipsticks or rap groups? Emulate their selling technique. People will be more likely to buy from you than LuLaRoe or raps or any of these MLM marketing pyramid schemes. People like will prefer somebody who actually works with their hands and not trying to make money for somebody at the top of a pyramid. Okay. Kamara's Cute Creations. My mom taught me the basics of crochet like 30 something years ago. But when I started with getting anxiety and panic attacks and my daughter wanted to learn, I picked it back up again and haven't stopped since. Crochet has made me a much calmer person. I think maybe it's like the repetitious counting of it all, as if you're saying mantras over and over and over. That was crochet. 1, 1, 2. This is how I count. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Just keeps me evenly killed and going. Carla Brown, I know how to read patterns, writing patterns, but my favorite thing is learning new stitches. I do too. Okay. Okay, Flux Baby D. When I was in primary school, I was actually part of our curriculum to learn, but my mom was the one that taught me to knit and crochet. And buy me my first pins and crochet hooks. And buy me my, oh, that's so wonderful. I always get amazed by the people who are great at knit and crochet. I usually know people who can knit awesome and kind of crochet, or can crochet awesome and kind of knit. Never anybody that can do both. Excuse me. For myself, since I learned crochet first, it's like working with two is just so annoying. And people, I guess, who learn how to knit first, working with a one hook is weird. Oh, but this is off the topic and it's not in the links below, but you can search it yourself. This was on one of my reviews. I get so off and sidetracked. It was called the knit hook, or hook, nook hook. It is a crochet hook that helps you knit. I thought I knew where it was. I can't find it. I'm looking at my, I don't know where it is, guys. I want to show you. But the nook hook, it's like a little crochet hook with an eye at the bottom, and it helps you knit. I don't recommend it for anybody who's already a knitter, because they say you will actually knit slower. But as a crocheter, it works like a Tunisian crochet hook. I am mad. I don't see it. It's somewhere in here. One second. Let me get my... Maybe it's in my bed. I have this... I need to do better with my crochet hooks. I put them all in here. Nope, I do not see it anywhere. So you guys just going to have to look it up yourself. The nook hook. Rochelle, she says, I lost the scroll. I was 5 years old, and her mom and Jeannie, the girl that taught me, I guess to keep me occupied, Jenny would put her hands over my hands and had me follow her lead with the yarn hook. Ah, that's so awesome. Kamara Q Creations sitting here as I'm watching you crocheting an uptown shawl that I showed here on YouTube. Nifty sauce. Wow, Carol Ann Nelson. I made over 70 hats for Coats for Kids. I do not crochet to make money. Sorry. As a senior, 71 keeps my days interesting. Last year, 70 hats for Food Bank Redeemed. 2 years ago, 75 for the Hope Center. Everybody, give a cheers to Carol Ann Nelson. That is awesome. This is especially good for pattern makers. Everybody, selling isn't for everybody. But if you are a pattern maker and you don't sell like myself, you need to learn how to donate your items, or what are you going to do with all these crochet patterns that you create? Make sure you donate all your items to any type of good charity or centers around you. So get rid of your stuff. But the rest of you who do custom orders, you sell it. Me, I don't got time for selling. I donate. But thank you for bringing that up, Carol. Cheers. Here we go. Oh, I just seen Lisa. Where'd she go? I'm losing people. Okay, so I'm just have to go to somebody else. Sassy21GG. I bought this Centro and have made 7 hats in the past 3 days and was working. I am waiting for the Addy bundle package. Okay, guys. This is especially great. Well, actually for anybody, but especially crocheters. The Centro machine, it is a knitting machine. I can't knit for the life of me, but I'm gonna, it's always in this corner. I should start just leaving it out because the topics always come up. This is especially great if you're doing like custom orders or doing craft shows. If you want to be able to make a hat in about 20 minutes, a knit hat. These are circular knitting machines. You don't need to learn how to knit at all. If you ever seen like a knitting loom, this is a knitting loom on speed. you hook the yarn around it. I'm trying to get it in the camera, and you just crank, and it creates panels, tubes and tubes and panels. Made a mistake. Okay, I'm going to show you some of the things that I've made on the Addy. So you guys are going to be patient with me. I'm going over to, here we go, so you can see how awesome this thing is. Here we go. I'm in the back end of my stuff. Don't mind me. My channel. There we go. Slide down. Where's the Addy stuff? Addy. I must not have it. I'm sorry, guys. Be patient with me. Addy. It's not being nice to me today. Where is all my playlist? How about this? Addy Express Patterns. Oh, here's a couple of my things. The first one, the best Addy patterns. That's me right there. Oh, JoJo Juju, make sure you check her out. She has a whole bunch of awesome dog patterns on there. But these are all mine. The first couple, two is here, the messy bun hat and the hooded cow, I made on an Addy Express machine. Look at these. I can't knit, but I was able to circle these out on a machine. Oh, there's me again right here. Actually, I have a good couple patterns of these. I don't have the links on here. Let me pull my mug back up. The expensive one, the Addy ones, this can run about $200. But the Centro that she was talking about, you can get those on Amazon. They're very good. Those are about $40-something. I think they have 2 pegs less. And the smaller ones, this costs about $100, and you can get a knockoff version of this at your big box store or on Amazon. They're called the Singer Toy Knitters. They're pink, and it costs about $20. So if you don't want to go straight for the big buck ones, try the Singer Toy Knitter for the small one. They're pink. And the Centro, which is also pink, that's about $40-something online. But once you buy those, you're eventually going to get the good ones. I tried to be cheap, because you guys know me, I'm cheap. But I instantly got those. Definitely recommend it if you're doing custom orders. You want to make something quick and don't want to waste. I'm not saying crocheting is wasting time, but when you are heavy in the custom orders and you have 50 things to do, you're going to wish you had something like this as one of your items in your arsenal to crank out items, and you have a different option than just having knit. Okay, let's go back within here. Here we go. Crochet by Kaz. My mother taught me how to crochet, and I'm still learning. We sometimes sit and crochet together. What items would you sell best, and where do you get your cool crochet gadgets from? Well, what items sell best? If you're selling online, people, they like to keep it under under $40. Sometimes finding like a $25 item is great. Because when people get online, they don't wake up and say, I'm going to go shop for crochet items. Your pictures have to just pop, and you have to, any type of trigger buy, people feel guilty once they go over a certain amount. When they go over 50, it's not just like a, ooh, spare the moment buy. People start thinking like, ooh, do I really need that? But when there's like 25, something in the range of $25, $35, like, oh, that won't break the bank too much. Okay. Oh, where do I get my crochet gadgets? I'm constantly searching. I first began looking for crochet gadgets by accident. I downloaded the Wish app and was looking up, see if I can find anything cheap. And a lot of weird things popped up. I'm like, oh, these will be cool. And then it became a thing. Everybody loved my crochet gadget reviews. Guys, make sure you Google crochet gadget reviews and just binge watch all those. They're pretty awesome and cool. But I began doing those, and people started liking them. And now I'm actually starting to run out of cool gadgets. If it wasn't for all of you recommending, you know what I mean? Recommending gadgets to me, I wouldn't know what to do. And when I do find something new, I am so excited to buy it because I like bought them all. So I hope I don't run out of stuff. So got, ooh, my hair's starting to do crazy things on camera. Stop hair. Okay. Okay, where are we at now? Sassy 21. I can't knit either. I would start some inventory to sell at a craft show or send to my sister for her to, let me scroll down, for her job. It's so much fun. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Coffee, crochet, and cuddles. She probably said I threw my stupid Centro machine out because I could not get it back to drop. She's probably saying she got mad at her Centro machine, the knitting machine, because it kept dropping stitches. At first, once there's a slight there's not a learning curve. It's pretty intuitive to use these circular knitting machines, but the cheaper ones, they are very yarn sensitive. You have to use the perfect yarn. You can't use like a thicker yarn like the Red Heart Red. You know how Red Heart Red is thicker than any other yarn that's in Red Heart? Every time I would use Red Heart Red on my cheaper machines, what was the other machine I used? I forget, but on my cheaper machines, it would just drop stitches all the time and it would get annoying. So they're very yarn sensitive. That's why the more expensive ones, the Addy, they're less likely to drop stitches. I definitely recommend it. And when they do begin to drop stitches, you have to take it apart and clean it. But don't worry, there's YouTube tutorials and there's dedicated Facebook groups to these machines that I'm a member of. I love them. Okay. Elena, hi, new to your channel and love it. I knew that I loved crocheting when I went on a date years ago and I crocheted in a car. Cheers to you. I've never heard that before. That's pretty funny. uh, oh, I'm sorry. We always get sidetracked. We were talking about money. Guys, ask me any questions about money. I'll look back on my outline to see where I am. Actually, that was pretty much it. I talked to you about all the things that I used on Etsy. So let's get back into something. There we go. Oh, I got a super chat. Who's this from? Oh, Sassy21GG. Thank you so much. You are such an inspiration for me and the crochet world. I love your tutorials. Thank you so much. And everybody, grab your cup. Cheers. Let's see if I can find the button. And no, Sassy, she's been here. That's another one that's one of my A1 from day ones. I always remember you leaving me comments. So don't think I don't recognize people when I see them in the comments. I recognize all my friends on here. And actually all the new friends that I'm making here today. Let's see. Sheila, would you recommend investing in business cards or just sticking to online like Facebook and Instagram? Yes, business cards. You need every opportunity to make money. Most crocheters, if you're anything like me, I'll leave the house. If I can't find a hat, I'll just go into my bin and grab a hat and put on my hair because it's a bad day. And you know what? You never know when you can get a custom order because you're walking out of the grocery store and somebody says, oh my goodness, I love your hat. Well, don't pull it out of your bra. Make sure you have it in like your purse or something. You can say like, bam, here. Like you never know when a sale might come. Women, we always compliment each other, and guess what? Somebody's going to compliment your beautiful talent, and you know what? You have a card, and that card might sit in their wallet for days or weeks, but something's going to pop up. They're going to need a new hat. They're going to go to a baby shower, and they're going to want something handmade. And you know what? I remember seeing you, and they're going to use you as their crochet person. Oh, Dieta. Cheers. I'm still working on my funky hat, loving it. Tutorials are so easy to follow. Well, get that hat done, girl. We want to see what you look like in that funky hat. The crochet funky hat, that is, if any of you remember the Applejack hat, it was like that cool, funky 70s hat that was it Rerun used to wear that kind of poofy up top, you know what I mean? And it's like that cool disco vibe. That's one of my favorite hats. That's my favorite hat to make because it uses a lot of back post double crochets. I love back post double crochets. I don't know why, but I do. Okay. Ooh, Brexy World 87. What a great live stream. Almost everyone I know says I need to start selling my items. I've even been making hats and scarves for my friends at work to get the word out. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Don't be scared. I keep telling people I am not the best crocheter in the world, but I am the, not the most, but I am always out there. You're always going to see my face. Take that dive. Don't be afraid. And luckily with crochet, it's not like you're investing in a big old place to store all your inventory. It's not like you're investing in a place to rent out for your business. Your investment is yarn. That's much cheaper than starting any other type of business. Do it. You have nothing to lose. And know what? You enjoy crocheting anyhow. If you made an extra $10, that you didn't have that $10 yesterday, did you? So be thankful for every dollar you get, and eventually it'll grow and grow and grow. Dieta, accidentally drop your business card where yarns are sold. Ooh, that's smart. Also go to senior centers and put on their bulletin boards. That's a good idea. Actually, I would love to be personally one of those activity directors. I would just love and just play with yarn all day long. That's what I want to do one day when I grow up. I mean, I'm 40, but I'm going to grow up soon. See, did I miss anything else? Sip break. Sassy 21. I've I've been told also to sell my work. My stomach gets tight just thinking about it. My daughter's over there. Say hi, Jada. Hi. My daughter said hi. You know what? It could be scary to put your stuff out there, but I keep saying it's like jumping off a diving board. Just do it. Nobody's gonna jump down your throat about what you actually. Let me stop because I can say when I first started to, I would get family members that told me nobody's ever going to pay for that. Nobody's ever going to do this. I don't know why you're selling it that much. I know every single one of you've had that person that says nobody's going to buy your stuff. Don't listen to them. Somebody's going to buy your stuff. There is somebody in this world. This world is a humongous place, and it's 2020. We got internet. You can figure it out. Somebody's going to buy your stuff. Don't be afraid. Don't listen to naysayers. I had I've learned to get a very tough skin. Last week it was funny. I had posted one of my reviews, and I post everything in Facebook groups, so hopefully get views for my videos. This woman, she was harsh. She was like, I turned it off within the first 30 seconds. This is one of those pretentious YouTubers that just love to hear herself talk and blah 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 blah. She went in on me. She was bad. I usually try to ignore those to be the better person. I gave her a heart and said, thank you. That was my reply. But she went hard on me. If she only knew how much of an introvert I was and how, I mean, I'm comfortable now because this is my third cup of wine, how hard it is for me to get on camera and actually talk to people. My husband, he tells me I need to be more social. My mother calls me a hermit. Like, I don't know. I don't like people who aren't like me. I do enjoy talking to you all because you guys are all like me. You guys are obsessed with crochet. You all love yarn. And when I show you my hoard of yarn, you don't think I'm crazy. When people come to my house and see my wall of yarn, they're like, you can't see my eyebrow going up. They're like, what is all this? I'm like, it's my business. I try to make an excuse for like, are you ever going to use it all? I'm like, I need it for tutorials. I know good and well I ain't never going to use all this yarn. I don't care how many tutorials I got to do. I'll probably never use up all this yarn. But when I tell you guys, you're like, ooh, that's nice. I wish I had that much. Okay, let's see if I missed anything. Mary Lou, Auntie Loopy. I'm still waiting to grow up at 60. Know what? One day we will. Black Ribbon Crochet Studios. Thanks for being honest about the haters. We've all experienced it. Love my mom. She's the most supporting woman in the world. But when I started this, she was like, "What are you doing? I don't think people." She was trying to protect me, naysayer. Like, are you sure you want to do that, honey? You sure? Or what's this? You want to put your life online? But now that I'm, like I said, I'm creating an income and it's now become a job, and not a job, but a career. I'm getting in magazines now. I'm getting all these subscribers. I have my website going. She's like, "Ooh, I want to do that too." She brags about me all the time. She instantly forgets all the time she said, "Well, maybe." So, you know what? Those people will jump on your bandwagon eventually. Show them that they're wrong. Oh, and I always put this plug in there. If you enjoyed all this information about learning how to grow your own crochet business, you can help me support more of this channel by donating through Super Chat. You can see the wrong side. There's a little button that's shaped like a dollar. You can help donate through there. I can continue to make free patterns and give you information on how exactly I make money doing this. There's more than enough money going around for us all to make money crocheting. So ask me more questions, because once we get around the 2 hour mark, I'll probably start wrapping this up and we'll continue something for next week and maybe think of some good ideas of what we can talk about next week also. All right. Dieta. My daughter wore the beanie I made her to work and sold 10 of them. Ooh, she's a nurse. That's another great thing. I'm not a very outgoing person outside of my household. But if you can put your handmade item on somebody that knows a lot of people, or somebody that's social, or somebody that's just that person, like you did with your daughter, she put that hat on and went to work, and 10 other people ordered that hat. That's happened to me a lot in the custom order world, where the person who bought when the messy buns first came out. Business was booming when messy buns came out. I made this. There's a tutorial in my library. It was a spiral messy bun hat. I made it for one of my friends, and all her sorority sisters wanted the hat. That's when I stopped becoming a local crocheter, because her sorority sisters were from all over the United States. And they're like, "Oh, where did you get this? I love this hat." Because she posted it on her own Facebook page, not just within my group. And people began loving it. And then they joined my personal Sell on Facebook group, and I started gaining all of these followers just from that one social person. Oh, we got a super chat. Let's see who it is. My keys aren't working. Nona Stitch Lounge with Rosie M. Thank you so much, everybody. Grab your cup. Give Nona Stitching a cheers. Oh, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support. Okay, Nicole Persley, has anyone ever done a craft fair and run into another person stand that has the same items as you? What do you do? I would say the craft show, I haven't been to many, I've only been to two. So I can't be like, I've had all this craft show experience. So other people chime in also. But the two that I've done, the women that ran it were just, they were great. They knew not to double up on crocheters. If there was a crocheter, they wouldn't have other crocheters. If there's somebody selling a certain type of jewelry, there wouldn't be multiples of it. So when you're signing up for these craft shows, beforehand, I know this isn't what you're looking for, but beforehand, ask how many other crocheters are in this craft show. But once you're there, what can you do? There's nothing worse than you're making like crochet hats and you're selling them for $25 and somebody's over there selling them for five for, and you're like, hate your face, you're ruining my business. But you know, all right. Holly and mistletoe. I specialize in geek items. Doctor Who scarves, Firefly, Jane hats, cosplay costumes items. Those people are very social and talk about me. I keep up with orders. See, guys, listen to her. She is super niche down. She does geek items, cosplay items, specific. Where can these like cosplay people get something custom ordered? They can go to her and say, hey, can I add this? Or they can't get custom from anybody else. So they have to go to her and get it specifically the way they want. But luckily, she's niched down. You might think, how many cosplay people are there in the world? Well, are there? But when you think about the world, there's millions. And she's figured it out. Everybody, cheers. Thanks for mentioning that. I appreciate that. Okay, Deanna, next week let's talk about charities we can crochet for and donate to. That is good. That's a good idea. I appreciate that. Sassy21GG, that's very good advice. Check your competition. Okay, what else is going on? Okay, I'm going to say this on Relitic. I probably said it wrong. Relitic Goods. Absolutely love your spiral messy bun hat. That is one of my favorites because I remember when the messy buns came out. It was like the very first year. It was just that one picture that went viral. I know you guys all know the one I'm talking about. It was just a basic beanie with a brim. And I kept looking at it and I'm like, what stitch can I use? What stitch can I use to make this mine to this is what made my that custom order year go big because there was nobody's that looked like this at the time. Now there's so many different type of messy buns. It's insane. But that was one of my favorite patterns. Okay. Okay, relic goods. Craft shows are why I don't do Afghans and baby goods too. Many others do same. If possible, visit several shows in your area, see what is being sold. Do you do something different? Yeah, because I guess you're right. Everybody does the same, and you have to do something that's creative and not look like everybody else's stuff. I know it's hard, but stop making it look all what's bad, lack of better words, like it's from 1930. Stop that. Don't do it. Uh-oh, Black Woman said cheers again. Cheers. Have to take a sip. Hmm. Brianna says next week we should talk about spring crochet pattern I did. Wait, I need to write these down. So first one was charities and spring patterns. Good idea. Black ribbon crochet. People like to give you advice about what to make, but you have to stay your course. I would get so much, always advice from people who didn't crochet. My one friend, loved her death, bless her heart. She keeps telling me like, we need to go to like one of those hippie concerts and sell a whole bunch of festival tops. That can be fine for somebody else, but I keep trying to tell them like, listen, I don't do custom orders no more. I don't want to sell stuff at a crochet hippie fest. I want to stay my course. I just want to create patterns. You know what I mean? So don't listen to the outside world. Listen to what you want to do. Niching down is the best advice ever received. Thank you, Black Ribbon. Here we go. Am I missing anything else? Dieta said, spring, cute purses, totes for the beats. Carla Brown said, Dieta, that's an awesome idea. It is. Oh, I'm actually coming up with a brand new purse pattern. Hopefully soon. I recorded the whole body of the purse. I still need to record like the strap of it and then I'll be done. So I don't have it anywhere around me. It's like a ribbing of a purse. It's about this big, this big. That's about it. All right, Sassy21, that's good advice. I think I'll visit some craft shows to see what's actually being sold in South Florida that is crochet. I have a question for you, Sassy21. In Pennsylvania, I guess my crochet season is probably much longer than yours because it stays colder here. Do you find it difficult to sell crochet in your area? Because like I said, I can tell you as much as I can from the Pennsylvania area. It's I my season is much longer. But I guess you can sell. It's online. You can sell all over the world. Okay, one time for you, me. New motto. When somebody wants to change, I'm going to stay my course. That should be my next cup. Stay your course. People get so intimidated by what they might possibly do. I don't know if she's still here watching this, but I was talking to a friend yesterday online. She has mentioned that she wants to do what I do one day. She wants to do exactly what I do. I'm like, you know what? You can. You just have to focus. I've seen her skip around a little bit on some of the things she likes to do. She's a hard worker. She puts out content, but she needs to niche down. She's very talented. But I'm like, once you just pick what you want to do, niche down, stay your course, get your following, get your core people. Once you do, then you can start branching out into doing other things. But stay your course. Night Owl. What about networking? Attending events like Fiverr festivals in Stitches, East, West, and Midwest. I think that's a great idea. I have not done it yet. There was a big crocheting event out here in Pennsylvania, but me being an unsocial bum that I am, I don't do it. But I definitely recommend it. So, because that's part of being everywhere. I need to follow my advice and be everywhere. Me, I've began able to contact a lot of other crochet bloggers in my field, actually through Tailwind. Um, I mentioned that before. If you guys are just getting here, Tailwind is a way for you to post on Pinterest and get more traffic to your Etsy site and to your blog or to your YouTube. But within Etsy, not sorry, but within Tailwind, there's something called Tailwind Tribes. Within Tailwind Tribes, I have met so many other crochet bloggers. I've been able to find a community amongst crochet bloggers. Before them, they were a blanketed face on Pinterest that I never had anything to do. But now that I'm posting within these Pinterest tribes to get myself promoted, I share my stuff with them and they promote me, and they share their stuff with me and I promote them. It's this circle of crochet blogger friendship, and I'm networking. This is a side note about if you're starting your own blog. To rank number one on Google, there's a whole bunch of factors that you have to do. You just can't put out content and expect people to find you. You need to land on page one. To land on page one of the things that you need to do is something called backlinks. Backlinks are where, let's say, a blogger from another site leaves their link on their page of your site. Let's say, like, I'm being featured on the Underground Crafter this February, and I wrote an article for her, and my page is linked back on her article. So therefore, that's created a backlink for me. Therefore, that created made me rankable in YouTube. That means I'm becoming an authority. These that's what you think of. These backlinks make you an authority. The more authority that you can build online, the higher you can rank. So I'm being able to create authority, interacting with all these other bloggers on Tailwind. Definitely recommend that. Tailwind's down below. Oh, and so you guys don't think I'm crazy or anything. All these are affiliate links. I'm not trying to trick you. All these are affiliate links. Affiliate links are ways where if you sign up for any of these, I'll receive like what's it called? A percentage of items. Okay. Sassy21 GG. I haven't tried to sell because I get that knot in my stomach, but because of the weather, I try to find my niche and run with it. This year to dip my toe into the water. Do it. It's scary. You got this. Everybody. Cheers. Dieta says cheers to everyone. And one time for you and me, she says, you got this, Sassy21. You can do it. All right. Pink Scampy says, I niche down, but to Christmas products. So now I'm not sure where to go. I also make bags, washcloths, makeups, wipes, dog products. I can make patterns for these, but don't know my niche. Okay. Within like Facebook groups, when you have your own group, those are still fine. You're still doing crocheting. That's still crochet. Fine. You just have to work hard promoting yourself. It's when you're venturing out into jewelry. It's when you're venturing out to this. And if you're on a blog, keep it within crochet. Carla Brown, I'm intimidated. Sad to admit, but here it is. It's okay. I'm intimidated to this day. People look like, girl, how did you succeed? What's your secret sauce? How do you do it? I'm scared, just like you. I just do it. Luckily, I have something in me that says, 1, 2, 3, do it. Actually, that's a trick I learned. People who procrastinate, there's a simple trick. Count to 3, then act. So if you've been procrastinating on something all day, 1, 2, 3, then do it. I know it sounds crazy. That simple act of counting can put you in a moment. I can think about something that I have to do for months and it just eats at me like, oh my goodness, it's so much. But if I just would have said 1, 2, 3, do it, it's over and done with. I never have to worry again. That's why I always, like I say, I split myself in two. I think that hardworking Alysha that worked hard in 2017 and 18 and 19 to get me where I am today. Do it right now. So future self can thank 2020 you for hustling hard and put you where it is. Don't wait until it's, oh, I should have did this 3 years ago. Start right now. Don't procrastinate. Sheila, you don't seem unsocial. You're such a warm, inviting person. You're one of my favorite instructors. Oh, thank you so much. I'm social with you. I keep saying outside of our little bubble, eh, I don't know what to talk about with normal people. I guess I'm not saying that we're unnormal. They don't like the same things I do. When I talk to you, we talk back and forth about yarn, interesting stuff, making money, or, you know, crocheting. I don't know, it's just easier with you guys. Black ribbon crochet. It is scary. Imagine doing this while your hands and knees are shaking, but you're still doing it. I feel you. I'm shaking on the inside. But it's not for everybody. This is what is my live stream. The more I do it, the easier it gets. Before I was nervous for like the first half an hour for my ice cream. Now I'm going on 2 hours and 12 minutes. Now my nervousness window has shrank. Once it starts, I'm no longer nervous. But before, oh, it was just so bad, but I'm much better. Just practice. You can do, just try. Just try. You got this. I'm unsocial. I'm get social anxiety. It's not as hard in front of the camera because there's nobody actually, well, there is actually somebody looking at you, but me, I'm looking at a dot. When I'm in a room full of people, it feels completely different. I can see their facial reactions. I'm overthinking things. I'm starting to think, oh no, are they thinking I'm strange? Do they think I'm weird? I don't have to overthink like that when I'm talking to you because you're all on the little dot on my camera. One time for you and me. Village Jones' personality does help, but talent is what will draw people to your videos. As you do more videos, you may find you're comfortable and you can relax. You're 100% correct. I keep saying I procrastinated for 2 years to put my face on camera. Luckily, when I do crochet videos, I didn't have to be on camera. It was just the camera down on my hands. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too intimidating. When I first started doing tutorials, I would just film my hands, then do a voiceover because I was nervous to speak while being on camera and crocheting. But that became double the work. So therefore, instead of doing crocheting, then editing, doing voiceover, everything, I started, ooh, something fell. So I started just talking through on camera and slowing down, telling myself it's okay, it's just you, it's gonna be all right. So that made me comfortable at first, but then when the camera's on, that was a whole nother process of calming down. Mary Lou, Auntie Loopy, my regular friends don't want to hear about my yarn hauls from Michaels. You know, nobody wants to hear about my hauls. They just think I'm crazy. But you guys, you seem to be enjoying anything I buy. Well, my daughter's probably listening out of the room. Now it's okay because it's a tax write-off. Before I used to kind of sneak my gadgets. I'm like, nobody needs to know what I bought. I would just slide it in, or my yard just slide it into my stash like it was already there and hide the bags. Holly and mistletoe. It's easier to talk to people when you have something like crochet in common. In a room full of strangers, yeah, exactly. I like your words. Beverly Washington. What do you say to people who say you're overcharging for your items? You say, well, thank you for your interest, but you find somebody else. They are not your target customers. You're going to get 500 people that say you charge too much, and you're going to get one person that's going to be like, I'll take it. You just got to accept that they don't want to pay it. Don't down yourself. The more sales you get, the more reputable you'll become, the more you become an authority in your niche, the more they'll understand, hey, if I want good work from so and so, I have to pay so and so money. Your name has to mean something. You just can't be a blanketed name. You have to mean something. Violet Jones, I used to never say one word to people. I wish my kids lived by me to help with computer stuff. Know what? YouTube. My daughter, she does help me with computer stuff sometimes because I don't know all that extra social media stuff. I'm gonna start. Is it TikTok?
What are you up to on TikTok?
I don't know. I heard you can make money with TikTok.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna learn the next one. I'm gonna learn is TikTok. YouTube. I didn't know how to Instagram. I didn't know how to Facebook. I didn't know how to YouTube. I didn't know how to create a blog. I didn't know how to monitor. I didn't know any of this. None. A couple of years ago, blank, nothing. YouTube University. Any question, you just type it in. It'll step you step by step through learning. Just being scared is just an excuse to not do it. It's okay to be intimidated by something, but learn it. I didn't learn all of these things at once. I didn't learn YouTube blanketed all at once. I didn't learn editing all at once. I'm the type of person who's hyper focused. I can only learn one thing at a time. When I first started YouTube, I just wanted to learn how to edit on my phone and upload it. That's all I wanted to learn. And once I learned how to do that, I moved on to the next one. I'm like, okay, I know how to edit and put things online. I want to learn how to rank number one. Then I hyper focused on that. I'm like, okay, I learned how to rank number one. I want to learn how to get outside views to that. Then I hyper focused on SEO. Don't think you have to learn all of this stuff at once. Take one thing step at a time. Learn Instagram first, nothing else. Then learn this first, and step by step. I know it can be overwhelming, but you're only one person. You can only do one thing at a time. Okay, I'm gonna do this last 10 minutes, and then we're gonna wrap it up. All right, Nisha S. This is my challenge. I don't think I charge enough because I love doing it so much. You know what? If you love doing it so much, hopefully you already have some clientele. So therefore, it's time to start this. You don't have to raise it a lot. Give it something, raise like $2, $3. That's it. Something they won't really notice too much. Uh, Relative goods, best sign ever at craft shows. Yes, you can make it for less, but will you? Never undersell yourself. Exactly. Cheers to Relic. Thank you so much. Deanna said, I fix my toilet watching YouTube videos. I one time fixed my rug shampooer, my cleaner with a YouTube video. I learned a lot of stuff on there. Dawn Benton. To get out there, do you have to give free patterns, big or small? If you are a blogger, yes. Yes. That's how you get your traffic and still sell it on Etsy. what is it on my e-rank? I am ranked one of the 94th best sellers on Etsy. I don't got that many. I think I have like 900 or 800 pattern sales, but most of those pattern sales came within the past 2 years. I just forget what I was talking about. I got sidetracked. Who was I reading? How embarrassing. I just got lost in the middle of my sentence. Oh, to get out there, do you have to have free patterns? I'm so sorry, Dawn. I got sidetracked. It helps. The free patterns brings the traffic to your blog, and how you make money on your blog. You have ads. You ever seen the ads around the side or the bottom? These ads are how you make revenue. The more people you have coming to that blog, the more information you get. And on my blog, I offer the ad free patterns that they have the option of downloading. So that's another way of getting money to my site. But that's okay. If that's the only way they find Littlejohn yarns, it's fine. There's people who find Littlejohn yarns by typing into Etsy, and they don't see my free pattern. And they don't see my free pattern on YouTube either. But they find me on Etsy and they buy my pattern. They find me on Ravelry and they buy it. They find me on Love Knitting and they're buying. I'm everywhere. No matter what, even if you don't buy my pattern, I'm making money on my blog. And oh, actually, when I first started giving away free patterns, I was scared my revenue on my patterns would drop. At first, there was an initial drop, then it actually just evened out. I still, this past season, made the same exact pattern sales. I think I averaged about $300 average above and below throughout the season from August to December. Same pattern sales as usual. Okay. Carla and Ashley Simmons, do you have a set group of testers for your patterns? Actually, yes. I have my own Facebook group, and within my Facebook group, I always request testers to test out any of my patterns. A lot of people like to use Ravelry for pattern testers. Me, I personally like to use Facebook because it's what I know, and these are my people I already know and trust. So I always go to them for help. Dawn, thank you for answering your question. You're welcome. Okay, Black Women Crochet. I'm dealing with the overwhelm of doing all things. I feel you. What was it? Last week, I was just feeling, I know I make this all probably look easy, but I was just feeling like, how am I supposed to do this? Working midnight, I'm working this hard because I no longer want to work midnight shifts. I am exhausted. You see the bags under my eyes. I'm going to age older than 40 before I'm supposed to. I can't work midnight shifts anymore. So therefore, I'm working so hard at Littlejohn Yarns to put myself in a position where I can quit my job. It's hard. I got but I know I just need to take one step at a time. It's over. Like I was telling somebody else, there's nothing I can do, but as one person, I can do one thing at a time. Take your time. Okay, Jamie Renee, hey y'all. What did you miss? Well, you missed all about how to make money crocheting. But luckily, there's probably more about that information down on a replay. Let's see. Black Ribbon Crochet Studio, your advice is priceless. Thank you so much. Well, I'm probably going to wrap this up. We've been talking for 2 hours and 20 something minutes. Oh, Dream 9 Design, you go, girl. Your advice is much appreciated. Thank you so much. But I'm going to wrap this up. So don't forget, next week, join me Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to get us a good topic we can talk about. If you want to know more about money, let me know. Comment on the replay on something you want to learn about. So, all right, guys, I'll see you all on the next pattern, tutorial, or live stream.